Resuming debate, the Honourable Minister of Science.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I will be splitting my time with the member for Lac St. Louis. I am happy to participate in the debate on Budget 2016. Mr. Speaker, our government believes in the importance of scientific knowledge to create a better society. Science plays a central role in a thriving clean economy and providing evidence for sound policy decisions. Le soutien à la science est un pilier essentiel dans la stratégie du gouvernement du Canada pour créer une croissance économique durable. Science, both fundamental and applied, delivers economic, environmental, health, and social benefits. It creates jobs and opportunities and is at the heart of an innovation economy. But we know that science is so much more than that. Scientists work for a better tomorrow by making exciting discoveries, from aerospace to astronomy, from biotech to clean tech. And I would argue that science matters more than ever before because the challenges we face, like climate change and shrinking biodiversity, are ever greater. Mr. Speaker, the government is committed to fostering scientific research and supporting the scientists who carry it out. And we are committed to ensuring that sound evidence forms the basis of our investment and policy decisions. As one of my top priorities, the Prime Minister has asked me to create a Chief Science Officer position. This position will be key to ensuring that scientific analyses are considered when government makes decisions, that scientific communication is sustained across government in an effective way, and that the Canadian public has access to the science behind our decisions. Consultations are now finished with chief science advisors in other countries, the broader scientific community, and all parliamentarians to seek input on what shape this position should take. Nous allons prendre le temps nécessaire pour nous assurer que nous mettons en place les mécanismes appropriés pour mieux faire ce travail. As Minister of Science, I work diligently to support science promotion and activities to inspire the next generation of leading Canadian researchers while ensuring young Canadians have the STEM skills required for rewarding careers in the modern Canadian economy. Mr. Speaker, let me now turn to Budget 2016 and start by underlining that this budget is very different than those of the previous decade. The government has defined a new vision in 2016 to build Canada as a centre of global innovation, renowned for its science, technology, creative and entrepreneurial citizens, and globally competitive companies offering high-quality products and services. Through 2016 and 2017, the government will define a bold new plan, its innovation agenda, to achieve the vision of Canada as a centre of global innovation. To become the innovation leaders of tomorrow, we must equip Canadians today with the skills they will need to succeed. Mr. Speaker, post-secondary and other research institutions are frontline agents in fostering science and research excellence. To ensure these facilities continue to develop highly skilled workers, scientists and researchers, and support the growth of innovative firms, Budget 2016 invests up to $2 billion over 3 years in a new post-secondary institutions strategic investment fund. Work is already underway in consultation with partners to begin projects quickly. Mr. Speaker, not only must we invest in spaces that enhance our innovative potential, but also we must invest in Canadian researchers themselves, particularly those on the cusp of new discoveries. In Canada, this funding typically flows through the 3 federal granting councils. This year, we will provide an additional $95 million for these councils to support discovery research, the highest amount of new annual funding for this purpose in over a decade. And to make sure that federal support for research, including through the granting councils, is strategic and effective, we will undertake a comprehensive review of federal support for fundamental science. Monsieur le Président, nous voulons aussi être certains que nous profitons de tous les nouveaux domaines de recherche dans lesquels le Canada pourrait exceller. We will provide, for example, $237 million to support the pan-Canadian activities of Genome Canada, $50 million to support world-class Perimeter Institute, and up to $12 million for the Stem Cell Network. Mr. Speaker, we will also support Canadian agriculture and agri-food sector. A century of farmers and ranchers have together helped feed the nation and today help feed the world. My colleague, the Minister of Agriculture, will deliver on this commitment through investments of $30 million to support advanced research in agricultural genomics in priority areas, including on climate change, and the identification and prevention of biological threats to agriculture. Mr. Speaker, as a former scientist, I'm aware of the risks posed to the health and well-being of Canadians and people around the world by our rapidly changing climate. In the interest of preserving our natural environment, I am pleased to be working with my colleagues in the review and reform of Canada's environmental assessment process to ensure that these decisions are based on science, facts, and evidence. Budget 2016 commits $16.5 million over 3 years to implementing an interim approach to federal environmental assessments for major projects until the broader review can be undertaken. Mr. Speaker, further to our goal of better understanding the impacts of climate change and improving our capacity to adapt to these changes, I've been mandated to work with the Minister of Fisheries, Oceans, and the Canadian Coast Guard to examine the implications of climate change on Arctic marine ecosystems. Budget 2016 provides $19 million to gather existing research and traditional knowledge of the Arctic environment and conduct new research where gaps in knowledge exist. Mr. Speaker, in order to lay the foundation for new technologies and approaches that will help Canada to become a low-carbon economy, Budget 2016 provides $20 million to create 2 additional Canada Excellence Research Chairs in fields related to clean and sustainable technology. Mr. Speaker, we aim to foster the emergence of a strong culture of science and innovation in Canada, one that recognizes the key role of scientific evidence in the important decisions our government makes. Mr. Speaker, the measures proposed in Budget 2016 will enable Canada to build upon its science and technology strengths in genomics, stem cells, brain research, and physics to support discoveries that will help to fuel economic growth and position Canada to succeed in the knowledge-based global economy. Mr. Speaker, announced funding will flow as quickly as possible in order to reach our post-secondary institutions, researchers, and innovators. To close, Mr. Speaker, I would like to say that this is an exciting time for science and research in Canada. We are returning science to its rightful place. Science and scientists are respected, and scientific evidence and advice is given the careful consideration it deserves. Merci, Monsieur le Président. Merci.